All right, concrete jungle. I had to turn it down. I don't want it to come through the mic and they shut it off. Good morning, people. Concrete jungle, Bob Marley. I'm not into the concrete jungle. All right, hang on. Let me share it. It's part 2. I'm just gonna read comments today. That's all I'm gonna do. I still hate ice. I lost a bunch of friends yesterday. I still hate ice. I know y'all people get upset with you, but I feel like I have to clarify. I do not delete comments, not on your emotions. I don't do that. I mean, if you're yelling and screaming and fighting, obviously you're trying to cause some trouble. That's a whole different discussion. But because people post memes that make you upset and emotional, I'm not deleting the comments. We're trying to have discourse here as adults. All right, let me turn Bob down. Anyway, good morning. Boy, they was mad at me yesterday. Boy, they was coming for me yesterday. Woke up this morning, looked on the thread. We can't be friends anymore. You know what? Okay, I'm fine. I get that. I feel the compassion and the emotion. Sometimes we can't be friends. Sometimes friends don't share toys and they're not nice to each other. And then you we can be friends later though. I won't mention any names, but people got upset with me yesterday and that whole climate change thing. But hey, you gotta pick a side. You gotta pick a side. You none of this, you on the fence. I'm on the fence. I don't like ice. I don't like ice. I'm sorry, I don't. Is the planet changing? The planet literally is not supposed to be this way. Changing is the default. You can't, and the idea that you can stop it is insane to me. The idea that it's not changing is insane to me. The default condition of the planet is hot, cold, both inhabitable. When it's so hot, the only place humans can live is in the damn North and South Pole. That's why the aliens in Atlantis probably up there. Because they lived up there the majority of the time. Most of the world's civilizations, if humans or intelligent species have been here, it's going to be on the North and South Pole. All the rest of that space is not monkey space. You can't stay there. It's too hot, too cold. I don't like the heat and I don't like the cold. I don't like sweating and I damn sure don't like that sweat and freezing. The planet always changes. You literally don't have something called a climate. Okay? It's called temporary time between killing everybody. That's what it's called. You don't need to call. So anyway, people get upset with me. Delete me, that's fine. I love you anyway. Y'all want to be friends later? We can be friends. We can play some He-Man later. We can play He-Man. I'm good. I always take friends back. I always take friends back. But I'm not going to delete any comments because you don't like them. I don't delete comments I disagree. I don't delete the comments that I don't like. Half of y'all posted I don't like it because you disagree with my belief system. I'm not appreciating you disagreeing with the stuff I was indoctrinated to. But I don't delete it because I might have to go back and refer to it. Like, this is how this works being an adult. You're supposed to be open to new ideas. And I'm really sorry. I really apologize if you thought that you was going to come here and change my mind on something because you think I don't think I know what I think I know. All right, so anyway. You can't let people know who you are sometimes. They think they know you. They look at your picture like, oh, I know what he knows. Yeah, okay. I know what she knows. Yeah, okay. All right, anyway, this is good. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year for the real time today. I thought yesterday was New Year's. I did. I thought yesterday was New Year's. Y'all let me, this is how your friends will do you. Boy, they let you log off like, hey, Happy New Year, everybody. And ain't nobody say nothing. Y'all ain't saying a damn thing. That's why I love y'all to death. Y'all hilarious. It was 12:30 yesterday. They were like, yeah, Happy New Year, Gerard. Bye. We'll see you. It's a good thing I had no party to go to. I don't go to parties. I don't do that. I'm not the type. I used to be. I got all that out in college. I don't need to do that no more. And now you got on a black shirt. Because I'm at work, dummy. I love you. I'm at slavery. I'm just going to hang out and read comments today. I don't know. I got cussed out this morning. That's enough. One cussing a day would do me. I'm good. I got my belly full. We can't be friends. Okay, all right. Dang, I'll see you in a month or something when you calm down. Boy, I tell you what, the monkey world is something else. Well, y'all always want me to delete other people's comments, delete block them as friends. I don't want to block nobody. I need to know what people know. I'm not here. I need to know what people know, so I don't block people. All right, that's the rule. That's the only rule. The only rule is don't come here and expect that you're going to silence people with your emotion or your belief system. You got a lot of people here from diverse communities, and if you say something that's not true, they're going to tell you it's not true. Then they're going to post the facts, and you're not going to embrace the facts. You're going to keep running with it. Then they're going to go find a meme, because it's how they do. I watch them. I watch these monkeys. I watch it. I watch my friends, and then they start with the sarcasm and the condescending stuff, and then it's going to hurt your feelings. That's what, all right, anyway. That's why I like social media. You need to block somebody, delete some comments. You got to go see Facebook. They do a great job at that. They do a fantastic job of getting rid of comments. They do a fantastic job of convincing everybody that this is what's true by deleting everything. That's how social media works. I'm just not interested in that. Not interested. I want to know what everybody thinks. I'm not the type of guy to step over somebody who's homeless because he's in the way. I need to know what he knows. This guy been on the block watching the monkeys go to slavery, work, corporate America, and just observing. I need to know what they know. Good morning and Happy New Year, really this time. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And why you got a black shirt on? Because I'm going to go and go to sleep. I'm going to do the same thing I did last night when all the monkeys get out. Yay, we survived another trip around the sun. Woo, New Year's! I'm like, okay, I really don't do monkey holidays. Not really. I mean, it's fun. It's fun sometimes. I go do something with other people. You ever feel that way? Sometimes I feel that way. Like I go do like social monkey stuff, 98% monkey stuff. And I just feel like I'm the weirdo in the room. It's like, yeah, don't tell him he is the weirdo in the room. I don't feel like I fit in. I told you, but I've never lied to you. I don't think that I'm born in the right place at the right time. Let me change the YouTube. I didn't even share it. I didn't do anything. Let me change the YouTube title. I don't fit in. I just don't fit in. I don't trust your government. I don't trust your news. I don't believe we ever know it's true. I think kings and lords are always lying to you. I never said you were wrong. I just said you unright. I like the word unright. Unright. I don't call people wrong. I don't say you're wrong. I just say you unright. I think everybody's right in their mind. That kind of confused them for a little bit. It's just I Hate Ice Part 2. Let me share this out real quick. I'm just going to read comments. That's all I'm going to do today. I'm just going to read comments, or we can look at the news. I don't want to get cussed again. I don't like it. I get emotional. All right, I'm kind of lying. All right, anyway. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Rebecca. Maybe I should just say what everybody wants to hear today. Should I do that? Should we just say what everybody wants to hear? Yes! White people bad. White bad. Stop it. Bad white people. Black people bad. Immigrants bad. Walking over the border. Just bad. Syria, y'all just bad. Let us have a pipeline in your country. Damn, what's wrong with your Venezuela? Can we just not steal your oil and you be happy about it? Give it to the Koch brothers? Maybe I should just say what people want to hear. Should we do that? What was it? Bolivia. What's in Bolivia? The lithium. Yeah, Bolivia, just give up your lithium. It's not yours to begin with. You were just born there and build a house and farms and live on top of it. Just walk away. Let everybody have it. It's for democracy and freedom. Should we just do that? Should we just tell everybody what they want to hear? We could do that. Oh no, it's not gonna be no 3 hours a day, but I don't know how the hell that happened yesterday. Coffee is a hell of a drug. That's all I can say. Coffee is a hell of a drug. I worked late last night too, trying to make up for that nonsense. Nope. I ain't getting played today. When time is up. We ain't doing aliens today. No sirree, Bob. This is not aliens. This is Earth. This is Earth if you stick around. You're gonna have to figure out how to make a house that lives on an ice cube that used to be a block of Earth after the sun goes supernova and everything breaks apart. This is what your tax dollars would probably have to buy, a house on like a rock or something. I think we have to go. That's it. That's my perspective. I think we have to go. I'm not interested in fighting over how to stay. Earth once is gone. Earth once is gone, we're gonna have to go. We got the technology to go. We got the technology to feed everybody before we go, so everybody get to come along and stop killing each other for their resources. And that's my perspective. It's because I was in the IT industry for so long. Right? That's always my perspective. So that's all I have. Right? I can't give you the ice core, this, that, and the other, and this, that, and I know how the planet works. I've been here for 50 years. I know exactly how the planet works. I'm gonna give you the model. I can't do that. I just know the ice cores say we're not supposed to be here long term. So how about we focus on getting off of here the short term? Now we have that technology. All right. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Kelly. Kelly, who you calling dummy? Who dummy? Well, we all dumb, I guess, to a certain degree. Some people don't like to admit it. That's why I default, Kelly, 98% monkey. I always go 98% monkey. No, I didn't call you a monkey. I said, I'm 98% monkey. You can be 100% whatever you want to be. I am 98% monkey. I will not take myself too seriously. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right, let me see. Yep, the planet changes ever so often, always has. Hence, there used to be dinosaurs. What's a dinosaur, Joe? And then the climate no longer was right for them. No, it wasn't, Joe. Did the dinosaurs try to stick around? Well, some of them made it, didn't they? They say the birds came from dinosaurs, and didn't they find, somebody posted, there was an amber, didn't they find, where was it, Japan or somewhere, they found a dinosaur's paw or something. It had some feathers on it or something like that. Did y'all see that? Someone told me about it. I meant to go look it up, like I meant to listen to a Greta speech, but I just... Time is a mother. Time, coffee is a hell of a drug, and so is a currency-based, debt-based, economic, fiat currency government of a system. That's a hell of a system. So I don't have time to look all these things up. But anyway, it always changes, like Joe said, always changes. Today, let's check out y'all's comments as I'm reading the comments. See, look at that. I meant comment this. I'm reading them right here. All right, there we go. What's Trish talking about? Good morning, Trish. Ooh, y'all, your family got an episode last night, the blanket ships. Curse of Oak Island. Was that last night? Last night was Tuesday, right? That was last night. I got to check that out. See if y'all haven't found the UFO yet. That's what I think. I think it's the Ark of the Covenant. I think it's some Shakespearean scripts, or it's a UFO, or it's like pre-Adamitic humans or something. I think that's what they're going to find at the bottom of Oak Island. That's what I hope they find. It's probably not. They probably find some dust and they're going to find some more mud. They'll find flakes of gold and saying it'll be obvious that something happened on that island a long time ago, but it probably broke down and microbiology just got rid of it. So we don't know what's going to be on there. All right, anyway, that's my rule as well. I have people who have blocked me. However, you know what, Trish? I'm not sure which rule it was. I have so many of them, and I just ran my mouth like Beaufont said. So I don't want to block people. I don't want to delete comments. I'm not interested, because I change all the time, Trish. I change all the time, and I need to be allowed to change. I might need to refer back to a Rebecca comment. I might need to refer back to a Lori comment. I might need to refer back to a Stephen comment. But besides the fact, Stephen said it. Right? Stephen said it. So in Stephen's world, it's real. In Stephen's world, all of his mind and data and research and experiences made that true. Why would I delete that? I love Stephen. Why would I do that? Dale posted it. I don't agree with everything Dale said. Dale and I, we probably not in the 90s. We're close to bringing on a lot of damn things. But why would I delete anything that Dale is my friend? Dale one day came to me, and this is not how it went, but how I'm going to say it. He said, hey, let's be friends. And I don't even think that's how Dale talks. Dale could be a woman. I don't even know. She could be a woman with the name Dale. Hey, let's be friends. I'm like, okay, let's be friends. I'm going to respect you. You respect me. And I'm going to respect everything that Dale believes is true. Right? Because that's what family do. Right? And if Dale is a woman, I'm good with that. Dale is a man, I'm good with that. If Dale is a monkey, a dinosaur, identifies with some damn dolphins, I'm good with that too. Why? Because that's my family. And I'm not going to delete anything that's true to your experience. If you take the time to post it, then damn it, I need to take the time to not delete it. I'm not going to delete anything that makes you makes anyone emotional. That's wrong. To me, that's wrong. I'm not going to delete anybody you disagree with, unless they're like really aggressively abusive, like really, and they're not changing, they're cussing people out, acting a fool, stopping the discussion. Yeah, then you got to go. But short of that, we work through it. We got some brothers here who come forward. I'm not going to mention no names because then y'all going to talk about that for 20 minutes. We got brothers who have come forward, cussing everybody out. Now they're calming down. They're listening. They're reading. You go through the time and you take 30 minutes to post 4 paragraphs on my timeline. Yeah, I'm like, oh Lord. I don't want to read it. I don't. I really don't. I have a life. I got things to do. I want to look up the dinosaur found in Amber with the feathers. But we're friends, we're family. We got important things to do on this rock that's about to look like this. We don't get the hell out of here. I'm gonna read it. And I do. I read almost every single comment. Now, the only time I stop when I see some paragraphs was obviously you just took that off a website. If you just took that off a website, you just posted it, and it's like, dang it, that's a web page. It's not a comment. Yeah, I may not read that one. I'll try to skim it, get the point. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Ivana. What are y'all thinking about? Any New Year's resolution thing now been made around the sun again? Monkey holidays. I don't look forward to gunshot sounds tonight. Yeah, Lori, what is that about? People busting caps, and that's what they do that in Philly all the time. I don't live in Philly. I'm not too far from it. But they shoot them up in there. People, the monkeys don't know, Lord, the bullets, they go up, they don't stay. They go up, and they come right back down. Yeah, I know. You better make sure you don't shoot straight, because damn it if you shoot straight, you're going to be doing some roofing work. Good morning, Teresa. I'm just going down the comments. Otherwise, both aren't going to have something to say. You're going to make a meme today. All right. It's okay to be emotional. Yes, Teresa, and it is. It's you know what, and it's more than okay to be emotional, right? It's you need to be. You need to show that emotion. You need to show the outrage. When you get upset with something, you don't agree, be honest about it. Emotions aren't bad. Emotions are never bad. Anger's not bad. Hate's not bad. None of the emotions are bad. What's bad is what we do with them. When you put them in monkey hands, when the monkeys, when you put a gun in their hand and some knives and forks and I guess in Al Green, some hot grits. When you put something that's in your hands that you can do damage with and you do something, that's bad. But short of that, when you don't feel good, you're supposed to let people around you know, right? Because if we know, then maybe we can do the things that make you feel a little better. So emotions aren't bad. It's just what we do. In fact, emotions are good fuel. And that's what got me in trouble yesterday. It got me cussed out this morning. Oh, Lord. Actually, I don't. Technically, I got cussed out yesterday and this morning. I just read it this morning. I got cussed out 2 days in a row. It's because, I guess, emotion's important. Greta's emotional. Right? She's a child. She's supposed to be. You're 67. She's supposed to be. And she's showing that passion. That's all I said yesterday. People flipped out, thought I made a decision on climate change. I made no decisions on it. I live on this planet, and I'm convinced that everybody's lost in hubris, including me. I made no decisions on it. I just said, Greta had the spirit. She showed a spirited approach to convincing the world and letting everybody know how she saw things and how she was taught to see things. And that's it. That's a respectful thing. So to me, it's something you respect out of somebody who's 16 years old. Imagine what that can be in time, right? So I don't want to go back down that road. You're not good. Oh, Brother Dave is in the house. We were talking about direct democracy yesterday. Yeah, I think we're onto something with that, David. I think we're onto something. I think that if you can find a peaceful way to bring people back together, the voting community with the no voting community, I think that's a good thing. I'm all for solutions and moving forward. I think that the way, what we talked about, I'll tell you what we were talking about, was if there were a direct democracy pact, right? A pact where your politician would say, I'm just going to serve as a proxy in government. I'm not going to represent you, I'm going to proxy you. Every bill that comes before me, I'm going to put it to a vote on that website, voicenow.org. I think there are other ones too, so you don't have to use that one. But I'm going to let my people in my district or my state or my country decide what bills they want to make a law. And I think if you create some sort of facility for that, where politicians can say, hey, I'm running on this platform, then it makes political parties useless. Right? It makes play, and this is what we got to do. We have to find ways to break the system down as quickly as possible, and give government back to the people. And I think you could do that in a way that, for my mindset, the voting and non-voting community could perhaps start a discussion on it. I don't know that I would still vote. I don't know that I'm there yet, but I definitely would be open to talking about the idea of replacing most, if not all, of Congress, Senate, President, all of them, maybe even state level, with politicians that do not sign a pact that they will do precisely what the citizens vote on. So every law comes up. So cannabis comes up as an example. And Dave and I, we did a talk a while ago about it. And so cannabis comes up as a vote. And the politician goes out to the website and says, this is my district, this is what my people are voting for, this is my state, they've decided they want cannabis to legalize. And that's it. Done deal. That's not a long-term solution, once again. So that's a way of giving governments back to the people and letting the people actually decide what happens in their country, not having a single point of failure where corporations are deciding. Nothing is worse than today. I know there are a lot of anti-democracy people and a lot of anti-direct democracy people. And I actually count myself in those numbers in the long term, not the short term. Once you have your government back and it actually works for you, not for corporations, then that's up to the people, right? If they want a Bill of Rights, if they want the gun rights, if they don't want this, if they want cannabis, if they want whatever, if they need to redraft the Constitution, you can vote on all of that. Step one, I think, is not arguing about what democracy is. Because I mostly agree. I don't think it's a long-term solution. I don't think government's a long-term solution, but for more violence. So it'd be interesting, David, if there were a way for a politician, Democrats, Republicans, Green Party, everybody to just say, you know what, I'm going to do whatever my citizens vote for. I bet you they would garner a lot of votes. I bet you they would. I bet you some of them will lie too. I bet you some of them will lie too. They get out there like, oh, I'm going to do exactly what the citizens say. Vote for me. And in 4 years, they try to make as much money as they can. Just lying, just taking all the money from big. I only got 4 years to do this. I lied to everybody. I signed a pact that I was going to. 4 years, you can probably you might be able to make a couple $100 million in 4 years, just taking all the money, just big pharma, big chemical, big war, just voting against everything that people say. But I don't know. I think it's a thought. I think it's a good thing. Anything that is not based in violence and force is a good idea. Anything not based in violence and force is walking in the right direction. And we got to start walking in the right direction. All right, whew. Let me see. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Stephen. All right, say good morning, Stephen. History changes every day the more we learn. Yes, it does, Stephen, and we should change every day. Good morning, Wilhelmina. Good morning, Amanda. Let me see. Hell is an addiction to a material existence. Are you trying to say, let me think about that. Are we trying to say that the belief in hell is kind of like this clinging to life thing, the belief in a material existence? We don't want to go to hell, and so somebody said this isn't hell, that this is okay, and you go to hell. And so to prevent from going to hell, they can drive you around and control you out of from taking things in the material world. I absolutely agree. That's why I like when they say Beaufort, when they say that we're living in hell. This is hell right now. And for a lot of people around the planet and in America, this is hell. Hell ain't gonna get no worse than this. So, we're either here making it a heaven or we're not. The only way, and you know what, Beaufort, I was listening to, what's it called? Hologram theory. I was listening to a little hologram theory this morning because I don't have any kind of a life. I don't even want one. Not a monkey life. I'd rather have a real life. And you can't have one in America. All you can have is, you can be a Roman, you can be a barbarian, or you could be dead or in prison in a cage. I think the only place I differ with this idea that, hologram simulation theory, some people take it so far that nothing matters, right? Like, oh, nothing matters. We can die, this happens, that it doesn't matter. I disagree with that. I think life matters. It's just, it shouldn't matter enough that you would abuse or violate somebody else. So I think we're here for a reason. We're not here. I don't think anybody ever dies, right? We're all just wave energy in this simulation, hologram creation, whatever people believe. I don't think you die, but I don't think it means being here is useless, right? I think we're here for a reason, and you got to discover whatever that reason is. So I think while we're here, we try. Don't try to live forever. Don't try to collect all the bananas you can and believe in this material existence. But while you're here, do the best that you can do. That's what I believe. Do the best that you can do. Koalas may be extinct in our lifetime. Yes, and that's true, Miss Tree. A whole lot of them going extinct in our lifetime. And this is actually on point too, right? Because there are people who say that, well, the animals are supposed to go extinct, so it's okay. And I'm not one of those. Like, it is natural. It's what's supposed to happen. It's what the earth is. The earth is an extinction engine. It makes all this life and then it kills it all off. Mother Earth, moody as hell. And then it makes a life again. So it doesn't mean it's okay that they go extinct, because there's some extinctions that are happening that we cause, and that's a mistake. This is where I agree with the climate changer side of the discussion, which is, yeah, don't do destruction if you don't have to. You're here, you're supposed to try. Don't just say, oh, I ain't gonna try, we're gonna let the koalas go. The koala's cute, man. Koalas are cute and cuddly. They can bite and scratch the hell out of you. If you got that bamboo or something, just don't have no bamboo on your shirt, when you go see them. But we should try. Try, but don't try so hard that you would violate somebody else. Don't try so hard that you would become a crusader, that you would war for the belief system. Don't try so hard that you would violate and use force over somebody else. So I believe we're here and we're supposed to do, but don't let someone scare you into being removed from this material life. That's the only way you can live your unique self, your you, is you can't let anybody scare you. You can't be fearful of death. But life has meaning, and I'm not going to convince you I know what it is. But we're here, and so because we're here, we got to be here for a reason, I think. Let me see. Okay, I know. Okay, y'all have a discussion on YouTube. Okay, and this is what I want. This is how this works. You get people talking, and then you don't delete no comments because you're emotional and you don't like the comments. Then others can go back and read it, and this is how we learn and we evolve together as a group. GTube only today. No, Patricia, I'm on Facebook today. If you didn't see me on Facebook, that's shadow banning, right? That's shadow banning. That's how they control voices. It's absolutely horrible what's happening over there. It is happening. It's horrible what's happening everywhere, Kia. Everywhere. Some places are worse than everywhere else, but I don't know where specifically you're referring to. Gerard, read the one above that. I can't, Miss Tree, because you just posted to read the one above that, and then the one above that out the screen. You literally pushed it. You pushed it. It's not over there no more. Darling, you're going to have to post it again. I read it. You got to post it. I keep inviting you to my house in Georgia. Well, thank you, Susan. One day I might take you up on that. Thank you so much, Doc. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate the love, and I guess I kind of appreciate the hate and cussing too, because I say things that make you upset. I guess you're supposed to let it out. All right. Good wishes. Thank you, Brother Adam. Good wishes to you. Happy New Year. We survived. We survived. We may not make the next one, but we made this one. But for sure, it's going to be entertaining. For sure. Australia's on fire. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. I believe that, Kia. What was it? Was it one of them energy weapons, or was it just drying? Was it the climate getting lacking water? Somebody started. Was it like in Bolivia, where I personally think, and this isn't high on my plausibility scale, but I personally think that Bolivian king, I think he set that thing on fire. I think he set that Amazon on fire. I think he set that joker on fire. I do. I don't trust your kings. I think they took that LBJ satellite weapon and he outsourced it to Bolivia and he made it rain off the coast. And I think they just lit them fires. I think he's gonna be selling up that land for billions, selling out the Amazon. That's what I think. I don't know why anybody would burn up Australia though, because Australia is mostly, well, I guess y'all got a whole lot of minerals and stuff and a lot of access to it, but I don't know why anybody would do that. But we need to put the fire out. We need to put the fire out. I ain't even seen the fire, but I'm gonna talk about the fire for a second. We need to put the fire out. And we got the resources to do it. Just like with them kids in, where was that, Thailand? Where all the kids got trapped in that cave and we diverted resources and military to not kill people, but actually go and save some children in a cave. We can do that. We can do that. But this is the problem when you don't actually run your governments, right? This is the problem when banks determine what your governments do, because they decide there's no profit in putting Australian fires out. Why would we do that? No profit in putting California fires out. Why would we even dedicate significant resources to do that? You make more money bombing people and stealing from them. So anyway, and that's really the whole message. The only real message I bring from this, my perspective, which merges with everybody else, which is we have the technology to do the right thing. We just decided not to do the right thing. We let corporations make the decision, and so they always decide to do the profitable thing. All right. Calm down, cussers. Yeah, Lori, I try to calm people down when they get to cussing, but sometimes you can't help people. Sometimes people need a break. Who said that? Lori, sometimes I need a break from me too. Sometimes I cuss me. Sometimes I do. I talk to myself. Sometimes I cuss myself out. You need a break from yourself. You ever need a break from yourself? I think that's what cannabis is. It gives you a break from yourself. Sometimes you do. I'm not always ready for the thoughts that come in my head. I'm not at all. I tend to laugh them off, but sometimes I sit down and I need to take a break. And the other time we take a break from ourselves, we call it sleep. So yeah, but you calm yourself down. Calm yourself down so you can think clear. Good morning, Carol. I'm doing my best I can to read all these comments. And not all of them, but a lot of them. Good morning, John. Arizona, Virginia, wherever the UN troops are heading, can you give me the current event on that, please? I don't know the current events, John. I haven't been watching the news. I know that I stand behind the sheriffs in Virginia. I do. I stand behind the slaves who got thrown on the boats in Africa. I do. I stand behind the Utes that were fighting or were being invaded by the Comanche. I always stand behind those who are sitting down for peace. I do not ever stand for anybody coming to take anybody's guns, spears. I stand behind the barbarian tribes in Germany. I stand behind the barbarian tribes in Britain. I stand behind people standing on their own land saying, you will not violate me. I stand with them. I don't want any kind of a civil war. I don't think it'll come to that, though. I don't think the National Guard is that crazy enough to do something stupid down there. If y'all not watching, the last I saw on that, you can post an update if somebody's got one, is the sheriffs are saying, no, we're going to deputize everybody and you're not going to come and take any guns just because you wrote a law that is against the law of the land, the Constitution, and my Bill of Rights. No, I'm not going to do that. And so I guess you're talking about them diverting UN soldiers down there, which, again, this is psychopathic activity. This is all psychopathic activity. At this point, if I were in government and I were indoctrinated, and I don't know, I guess they passed a gun rights law or a gun bill or something, I would stop and say, damn, maybe I shouldn't be writing laws that violate people's rights. Maybe I'm trying to do a good thing, but I'm doing it the wrong way. Maybe, I've not changed my approach to reducing guns. I'm not for guns. I'm not for guns. I'm not for tanks or drones or nuclear weapons. Not deployed to murder people. I think that these things can be useful. They're just tools. I don't want to live in a society where people feel they have to have guns. Right? And I know why they feel they have to have guns. Because you scare the hell out of them with your aggressive, violent government that got nothing but guns and tanks and drones and bombs and death energy weapons and lasers and a bunch of other technology that they haven't released. And it makes those people kind of edgy. I live in a country where, people go into churches and try to shoot people up. And other people don't want to get shot up in church. They just want to go pray to Jesus. And I don't know who Jesus is. I know who Yeshua Christ is, but Jesus was the name I was given as a child by colonizers. Apparently his name was Yeshua. But sometimes you just want to go to church. Did y'all see the shooting of, what was that, 2 years ago, the Texas church, where the guy went in there with a shotgun? I guess he was an ex-convict, which actually means nothing anymore because most people are starved into crime anyway. And he took a shotgun in the church, and I guess it looked like they were having an altar call or something, and the guy was walking up there, 2 people were walking behind him. He turned around, pulled the shotgun out, boom, shot and killed the first guy, boom, shot and killed the second guy, and within 6 seconds, Grandpa got his gun, and boom, protected everybody else. I'm not against, guns are tools like everything else. Right? Defense, I'm okay with all defensive weapons. I'm okay with all defensive postures. I'm against all violations. Going to take somebody's guns is war. Going in a church and violating and shooting people is war. Any force that's used to stop you is authorized because you violated someone else and you took their life. So I'm behind the sheriffs. I think that poor people should be able to defend themselves. I think that people should be able to, if it takes a knife for you to feel safe, it should take a knife. If it takes a gun for you to feel safe, then it takes a gun. If my neighbor wants a tank, then my neighbor should have a tank. It's my job to make the environment better so my neighbor doesn't feel they need a tank. It's my job to not vote for politicians and cheer them who create artificial scarcity and a conflict-based society and destabilize an earth and the country by starving people on the bottom and cheering people and giving them everything on the top so they can shove it in a bank account and not help anybody. So yeah, I don't know the update. I don't have an update. If y'all got an update, post it. I'm always against the person going to violate. Right? I'm always against that person. To me, that's wrong. You violate the way too many of my laws. All right. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Gianni. Good morning, Wanda. Jonathan is in the house. Good morning. Oh, Lori's in Texas. She didn't move over. Good morning, Lori. The other Lori. Bo, you got the side eyes. Bo got side eyes? What happened? I missed something. I think he's trying to say living in material existence is hell. It is hell, and I agree with him. That's what he's saying. I agree with that. Living here is hell. This is hell, and it's not for me. I got a pretty nice life. I got a pretty privileged life, but I'm not a greedy bastard. I don't need a lot. I'm actually very easy to please. But for other people, this is hell. They're not living their unique lives. They want to paint for a living. They want to make music for a living. They want to make beautiful things. They want to do those things, and I think they should be. I think they should be able to. For some people, hell is living in Yemen, right? For other people, they got their own personal hell over here. They're working construction and they want to, I don't know, they want to raise their children, right? They're driving trucks. And these are all things that automation solves. People don't have to be involved in the drudgery of work anymore. The only reason we do it is because we're still in conflict with each other because we got these identities. We got the robots, automation, and software to give everybody heaven on earth. And it won't be a utopia. Things are still going to break down. We're still going to have problems, but we can give everybody a heaven on earth. We just decided not to do that. Right? It's like climate change. Same thing that everybody cussing at me. Same thing, right? We can argue about the planet is changing and we need to stop it, or the planet's not changing. I don't see no changes. Or we can just sit in the middle and say the planet always changes. Maybe we should use automation and robots to create a heaven on earth and start helping people who are living in scarce environments and not living their lives that allow them to discover consciousness and make beautiful things that might end up being spaceships to get us the hell out of here. That's what I always believe in. Like, I don't think that the arguments on the news are ever real. I think they're both controlled opposition. Gerard, you just seem so very sad. Susan, I have not been sad. I haven't been sad in about 3 years. I don't know. I'm tired. Not sad. I really. So I get sad when I miss people when they die. I do get sad. I get sad. But I got an amazing life. I don't have anything to be sad about. I'm not in Yemen. I'm not in Bolivia. I'm not in the Congo. I'm not in a trailer park. I'm not in the ghetto. I have a very privileged life. And I don't ever, I'll be honest. The times that I get down and I let my privilege escape me, I just think about people who are in conditions I can't tolerate, right? And then it lifts me up. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yep, I could be in the hood. I could be in the barrio. I could be an immigrant from Honduras walking a whole freaking Mexico of a country to try to get to a place where I can have food and water and my daughter not get raped every day she goes to school because America keeps changing my government so they can keep the cocaine coming in. Real talk. And I take that privilege and just, you know what? I got this privilege and I'm gonna do the best I can to try and do what's right. That's all I can do. I thought you unfriended me. I just saw a post. I'm sorry. I thought maybe he's here. I don't know. And if he was, I ain't gonna say his name. I just saw a pop-up. He's supposed to unfriend mad at me about yesterday. I didn't take any sides. I never said you was right or wrong. You unright, and it's unright to use a little girl for adult issues. It's unright. It's unright. It's unright. Both sides. You don't use a little girl for adult issues. Bad idea. You need to let the little girl go ride her bike, do some trainer wheel stuff, go to school if she wants to, but using a little girl and abusing a little girl is wrong. That's always wrong. That's not unright. That's just flat out wrong. And so I respect Greta from that perspective. I did not respect what she said. People got confused with that. And that's okay. It's good that people get confused because that's when the emotions come out. Brother James, good morning. James Thornton. All of these global fires are due incidents, no doubt. I agree with you, James. I agree with you. Well, you know what? I always backtrack. I like the plausibility scale. It is very plausible that most of these fires are for economic reasons. And most of these fires because somebody wants some land, somebody's waging a war. Economics, I think, is the answer for everything. Like Brother James, I always, when I think of things with the aliens and UFOs and things ain't making right and sounding right in society, I realize that the television is always going to lie to me. It was literally designed to lie to the public to get them to become little nationalists or whatever they want to make them, little Christian black people, whatever. I always look at the economics. We live if Earth is based in power and money, then pretty much the whole Occam razor thing, it's just going to be power and money. If there is a power and money answer to a thing, then 99 times out of 10, that's what happened. That's what somebody's doing, right? It's always power and money. So, do I think that they created DEW to defend America? Hell no. Come on, man. They created DEW to protect the elite in America and the elite in Russia and the elite everywhere else. They didn't create it to protect useless eaters. So they made it and they kept it secret. They started that stuff with Reagan. They spent the money, they got it, and now we got fires everywhere. And so, our forest fire started by just whatever's been causing forest fires, lightning and dry. Of course. But anytime, which is why they keep it secret, that they need to make some money, they need to scare some people, they need to grab some real estate, they need to burn an Amazon jungle, they need to get some people to move, some useless eaters to move out of an area, they'll do that. They'll do it. Because it's just economic, it's just money. Money and power makes the world go round. The quickest, simplest, most right answer is always going to be money and power. And so it's not fantastic to me. It's like the Battle for LA. We were commenting on that this morning. The Battle for LA, when that UFO thing, that craft was flying over Los Angeles, over California. Do I think that I wish it was aliens? I do. I hope and I pray. I want the aliens to come so bad, Brother James. I hope and I pray, but 9 times out of 10 is most likely what was happening at that time. And what was that? World War I or II? I forgot. II, right? And you got a craft that's floating over air, or maybe it was one, I don't remember. It could be the Japanese, it could have been the Germans, it could have been the Russians, it could have just been another nation in this geopolitical power money struggle saying, hey, look what we got. You better not come over here and start a war with us. You better not come over here. We got flying craft. And they could have just been trolling the government. I have no idea. I just think that usually it's always about power and money. Always about power and money, power and money, power and money. And nature's a thing too. Nature, let's not forget that. We can't say, hey, all of them are dues. I just think when there's money to be made, it's probably a due, but we can't discount nature. And I don't think we need to go to crazy land. I don't think we need to fight about it, yell about it, scream about it, argue about it. We're all 98% monkeys, and the cabal that runs our nations will never really put enough on television for us to really know what's going on. So I'll never be in conflict with my neighbor. I'll post the things I think are true. I'll post the things that are plausible to me, and I hopefully they'll be respected. They're not, but but I hope, because I respect what other people say. And this brother, he's still on the thread. I see him pop up coming right here. That's just that's all I'm trying to say. If you're watching, all I'm trying to say is I respect everything you say, and I let you say everything you say. You can't be mad at me because somebody else said something that you don't like that doesn't fit with your belief system. That's all I'm gonna say. And then personally attacking me for somebody else did. All right, anyway. Uncertain 20s. Yes, Jennifer, every day is uncertain. People who cuss are the most honest. Fact. Kelly, is that true? Well, okay, first of all, the question is who doesn't cuss? Kelly, do you know anybody that... Everybody cusses. because I don't cuss on the mic. And I did once. I'm not gonna lie, I did once. Y'all missed it. Y'all wasn't even paying attention. It slipped. Everybody cusses. It's just I don't make it a regular thing. I find in my reality that when I use less words that bring on personal attacks and monkey emotions, I have better discussions. And so in my life, and being raised in the church, military father, that it was best that I don't do that. I love having discussions with people. I love learning, and the less aggressively angry they get, the better discussions we can have, the more I can learn. Our entire lives are self-conversation. I believe that, Lori, that makes perfect good sense. Brother James said, indeed, Okra, we agreed on everything till you just started with that terrorism. Let me see, fighters are gonna help with the larger something. I can't see what you're supposed to do. Let me move to Earth. The Earth is in the way. The rest of the Earth, who's it? Megs and Beaufont, they want to live out there on some rocks and stuff. They want to try to stick around with the climate change or fighters. I don't think human beings have the level of technology to stop a planet. I don't think they do. I think they got a lot of secret technology. I don't think they're going to stop the planet from going back to the inhabitable conditions that it is in most of the time that it's been here. I don't think humans can stop it. I think trying to stop it is pointless. Don't destroy the environment, save the people, use automation, get the hell out of here. But I don't want to live on that rock. At Gerard, fighters are going to help with the larger than the state of California. 4,000 people stranded on a beach. What? Fighters? So California's still on fire? Did they get power back? Fighters are going to help with the fire. Okay. Oh, firefighters are y'all and y'all Egyptian hieroglyphics, emoticons. I do it too, but I wasn't getting it. Firefighters are going to help with the fire larger than the state of California. Oh, 4,000 people trying to. Okay, so California ain't doing that. Yes, yo, Miss Tree, that doesn't surprise me. It's California. It's California. California. All you had to do invoke that's all you had to say is California. It's a fire. Citizens need help. California. I'm not a big respecter of government. I've been watching government my whole life, and I believed in my whole life. And finally, after 40 some years, I finally realized these people ain't on my side. These people, I've been voting for them. I've been cheering them. I done had bumper stickers and stuff. Once I went and voted, got the I voted sticker, put it on my forehead. And I'd say once, like I was 20, I was probably like 39. It's probably still on my profile. Looking stupid. Beaufont, I'm gonna have to make sure I delete that because he's probably going out there right now looking for the I voted sticker on my forehead. I used to believe in them, but now I realize government serves a purpose and it's not for us. We are government, but they serve a purpose. It's not for us. It's for corporations. It's just about money. In Australia, so people stranded on the beach. Okay, well, Australia, does Australia have a government? Does Australia have a government? If Australia has a government, then I understand what's happening in Australia. The bankers, they knew what they were doing. The central bankers, they knew when the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and those when they got together, they knew what they were doing. They did a fantastic job of taking all of these governments for their remit. That's why I'm not confused. That's why I was talking to Brother Dave about direct democracy. First step is it's like an inferno. For those of y'all who still don't like direct democracy, it's like an inferno. When the building is on fire, start spraying water. Point that direction, spray water. I know you got a TV, you don't want to get away. It's an inferno. Start spraying water. The world's governments have to go back to the people, period. Now, what the people do with it, yes, it's going to be a problem. Because with the monkeys, we like the bananas, and we like shinier bananas. And if your banana is shinier than my banana, then I have to come for you for your banana. And that's that whole monkey conflict that we're lost in. The first step is give the government back to the people. Give it, because that's what that's what the lie was. The lie was governments were for the people. But the kings and lords, they had figured that out. They knew the feudal system and the coffers and the banks, they ran more, the popes and they knew that they had more powers. It's like, yeah, here's the government for you. For the people, by the people, there you go. And they kept running everything. You got to get the government back. And then the people of Australia could say, nope, you need to go put them fires out. Not firefighters on their day work at McDonald's and he finished cooking fries on Friday. What you doing? We hanging out tonight? Nah, mate, I got to go put out a fire. Oh, bad accent. That's a real bad accent. We gonna walk about. You should come with us. No, I got to go put out. I'm in Australia. They're not gonna put out the Barbie. They got a Barbie going. People stuck on the beach. It's a damn shame that people who got jobs and other slavery things that they do got to take their weekends off to go put out the fire that Australia should be doing. Australia and California, and that's the sinks. When you start like syncing up the world's governments and you realize they all do the same damn thing, and you realize we're all in the same boat. We are all in the same corrupt boat. The only question is, are we going to sit here and drown like rats in the bottom? Or are we going to say, you know what, that's it. We done figured it out. Y'all done got us all over this world and we're going to take our world back. I think we should take the world back. Force is wrong, defense is good. Exactly, Rebecca. I'm always for force. I'm always, the rules of force and violence. I am always for force. Always. If someone is coming to violate you, force is authorized. That's how I get down. If somebody's coming to you, well, all he was going to do was rape you. Why did you shoot him? Because he was going to rape me. That's what it comes down to. You know, I think all women should have ninja teams and tanks. I do. As long as the patriarchs model this world, I think that's the right thing to do. Force is always authorized. It is always authorized. But I think in addition to that, I will say this, in addition to that, we have to change the environments that makes people want to go violate. It's like the guns, where we started talking about earlier. Oh, if you want to get rid of the guns, all you really got to do is end the war on drugs. They know that. They know that. I'm not even in the realms of government. They know that. They know 90% of the guns, the only reason they're on the street is because drug dealers can't hire lawyers. Right? And most of the weapons being trafficked on the street, they come from America. So they know why the guns are there. They just don't want to get them off the state. They don't want to end the war on drugs, which is why all these people have guns. They don't want to end the scarcity. They don't want to change the law. So they're okay with the gun crime scaring you because it gets you to vote for them, right? And that's how it works. It's like we've made government into this predator. What was that post from yesterday? We've made governments into predators. They are our predators. They scare the hell out of us. Because what is a government? A government is based in power, right? They survive on power. They exist for power. How do they get more power? Scared population. Government's not going to do anything that removes your fear, right? That's against their principle. That's against the reason they're there. They're there to get more power. And as they get bigger, to get more power, they need more power. So they need more fear. So they're not going to do anything to take fear from you. They're going to increase the fear. Because that's what government's like, a corporation, a business. The whole purpose of a business is to make money. A big business isn't going to do anything to take from its bottom line. That just doesn't make any sense. Why would the government want to reduce gun crimes? They don't want to reduce gun crimes. They need more conflict in the people so they can take more rights, which is where they get their power from. All right. That's what I'm saying on that. Okay. The question is, how do we eradicate greed? Ooh, that's easy, Key. Just give everybody everything they want. See, if you asked that question 20 years ago, we'd be like, you got to be a Democrat. You got to be a Republican. You got to fight politics. And they'd be right. But now that we have learning software and automation and robotics, like what's the whole purpose of greed? You know, people want more. If they can have everything that they want, why would they need to greed? Like if we live on an abundant planet and we can use the robotics to 3D print everything anybody wants and it costs almost nothing and eventually it'll be free, then greed can go away. But what holds greed up? So outside of the resource-based economy, getting rid of greed and making it insignificant because there's no reason to be, it's people. Right? People want to be the greedy. They talk about the greedy, but they want to be the greedy. That's why they say eat the rich. Right? When people, they don't want to be them anymore because they can go 3D print a Ferrari and it costs $5. It doesn't cost anything. It's a human right for just being here because your ancestors created all the technology that does it. Then greed's gone. I mean, greed is a side effect. It's a side effect of having a system that allows that to exist. And that's how you get rid of it. So I don't see anything about the Australian fires, but I do see Yellowstone volcanoes erupting. So we all about to die. See, you got getting dressed for 2020. You're about to get ready to go out and have a party or something. We not gonna make it. We all gonna die. Hang on. Where's my thing at? Apparently, Yellowstone's erupting again. See, we're all about to die right here. Look at this. This is why you gotta live today. You gotta live today because you don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Tomorrow you might have a lung full of volcanic dust because your government's over there blowing up other countries instead of studying using science to study the volcanoes to find out when they're gonna blow up again. The government's not building structures that help you survive a volcano.
Geyser eruptions this year than in the past 5 years combined. In fact, from 2015 to 2017, the geysers didn't erupt at all. Why? RT correspondent Natasha Sweet has more on what scientists are disagreeing on.
One Yellowstone National Park geyser alone saw more than 45 eruptions in 2019 and at least 32 in 2018. With a supervolcano's steamy magma beneath its park, many wonder if there's something bigger in the making. There's no question the geysers in Yellowstone have been active for the past 2 years, giving tourists something to remember. The Steamboat Geyser specifically has been especially active with 45 eruptions this year and 32 in 2018. But in 2015, 2016, and 2017, there was no reported activity for the park's geysers. Scientists are scratching their heads, all the while many are disagreeing on whether or not the park's supervolcanoes are due for an eruption. A scientist with the U.S. Geological Survey confirms it is an active volcano and it will erupt again. But the question of when is full of conflicting theories. Supervolcanoes are rare and are capable of spewing out massive explosions. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, supervolcanoes consist of eruptions releasing more than 240 cubic miles of material. That adds up to almost twice the volume of Lake Erie. Yellowstone is one of the world's most well-known places to possess volcanoes that have produced a volcanic explosivity index of 8. And just to give you an idea of how often that occurs, scientists have only identified 42 eruptions in the last 36 million years that ranked a VEI of 8. Scientists have identified 3 massive eruptions in Yellowstone's history. There were 2 VEI 8 eruptions, one roughly 2 million years ago and another 640,000 years ago. A VEI 7 eruption also occurred 1.3 million years ago. While scientists haven't found an answer as to why Yellowstone's geysers are more active this year, they also don't know when the park's supervolcanoes will erupt again. But there is a consensus that it won't happen anytime soon. In Los Angeles, Natasha Sweet, our...
I don't know why, but don't worry, it's not going to happen anytime soon. That's like, so once again, that's what I get down to. Always comes back down to resources. We don't resource these things, and so we have no idea. We could be resourcing them, but instead we're trying to kill people for greed and steal their resources, and we put all the money into that. So what Kia said, I was going to answer that real quick. She was my thoughts and just my 2 cents that most greedy people already have everything that they need and want. But that's only from our perspective, right? From their perspective, greedy people, they want it all. They want the whole thing. I think George Carlin said it best. They want the whole world. They want your cars, your money. They want the water, the food, your grass. They want the house, the trees, and they will try to shove it in the bank account. They want everything on the earth. They want the elephants. They want the tardigrades. They want it all. That's what greed is. It is that psychotic thing they can't ever be quenched. That's why it has to go away. Greed ends the world. Greed is actually what kills us all. When we all gonna die, it ain't gonna be a super volcano. It's gonna be a super volcano because we was greedy and we didn't use scientists to figure out when this thing's gonna erupt, so we didn't get no spaceships to get the hell out of here. Greed is gonna there's no such thing. Greed is a mental illness, right? Greed is literally a mental illness. Absolutely, it has no ends. It's not interested in the world ending. It really doesn't care. And that's why I kind of think, Kia, nobody's really driving this thing. We're just in a car and we're in the back, and maybe you got some psychotic people in government in the front passenger seat, but nobody's driving, right? You just have a whole bunch of greedy families that are fighting over domination, control, and power, but nobody's actually driving. Hell yeah, Beaufort, we all gonna die. We all gonna die and not really die, both at the same time. We all gonna die and not really die. Live your life, live your life. Is that Ty? Ty had a good video yesterday. Glad to see Ty is happy again. I like happy Ty. I like happy everybody. Happy everybody. Great things happen when everybody's happy. And that whole sense of peace and calm, I love how you explain it. When you find peace on this earth, you're at peace with everybody. You're at peace with everybody. Well, I'm fine with what you believe. I'm fine with what you can believe anything you want to believe. Doesn't affect me. I know that you think you're right. I know you do. And I think I'm right. And everybody thinks that they're right. and you give people time and space to actually discover that they're wrong. Give them some time, give them some data, some links, and some time, and they'll figure out that we're all wrong. We all think we're right, but we're all actually, well, maybe not all wrong. We're all unright. We're all unright. And we're only right when we're collectively together. And that's the whole purpose of nations, to keep everybody divided up. That's the whole purpose of race, to keep everybody divided up, to make sure everybody stays unright. Everybody stays wrong. Everyone's got their own little perspective in their own little world, and people wake up in their own time. And that's where I believe this getting rid of the identity stuff. That's where I get it now. I didn't get it my whole life. Now I firmly get it. If you are identity A, identity B is going to want your bananas. That's just how it goes. But we are not against identity B. We're just proud of identity A. I know, but then that means identity B is going to be proud of identity B. You put all that pride and power into A and B, then what do psychopaths do in the wait? They're just sitting back there watching, like, ooh, they got a powerful group. I'm gonna ascend to the top of that. Because that's what the neuroscientists say. The psychopaths ascend to the tops of all groups. So eventually, y'all join it for pride. You're like, yeah, because we just like the black skin, black and proud, black no crack, stuff like that. White skin, we just love it. Blue-eyed, blonde hair. You just, America. And the psychopath just wants the power. Psychopaths doesn't care nothing about your race, doesn't care nothing about your religion. The psychopath looks in the mirror. Oh, I got red hair. I got green eyes. I guess I'm Irish. Let me see if I can climb to the top of this group and see who I can murder and use all the power of everybody. And that's just how it works. Psychopaths don't care nothing about your skin or your identity. We need to stop with the groups. We don't need subhuman groupings. Gerard, anger is due to not being heard and being frustrated. Oh, yes. Well, Susan, can I adjust that a little bit? Anger is due to something making you angry. I think action and hate, the actual action, comes from not being able to vent that. So I don't believe in banning hate speech. I don't think there's such thing as speech. It's only speech. It becomes hate action when you ban it and block it. And I think that's what you're saying. And I agree with that 100%. When you block people from saying what they need to, that thing bubbles up inside of you and it'll explode. But I think they want that too. That's why they ban hate speech on the internet. They ban hate. Why? Because then it means people gonna do stuff that you don't like. It's gonna make more fear, and government's gonna get more control. And plus, on social media, it creates more drama. You're not making money if bad things aren't happening on your social media platform. You need there is no, oh, we need to stop this because it's unsafe speech. Drama literally is what the news is based on. Social media has become the news. So do they want less drama or do they want more drama? You do the math. Money is a direct correlation to money and media and emotions and drama and social media. Direct correlation. But it sounds good when you say stuff that we want y'all to have a safe experience on our platform. That is not what they want. I'm not saying they want people to die, but they need the drama. That's why I think they block everybody. Sometimes I don't think it has anything to do with what you say. They just block everybody. Increase the recidivism rate in Facebook jail. That's because it works, right? That's why they ain't got no Facebook jail programs. They ain't got none of that. They don't tell you why you're in here. They don't tell you what you did wrong. It's like American jail. It's just like the American Democrat Republican prison system. Exactly the same. They ain't tell you what you did wrong. Like Australia, it used to be a slave colony. They ain't tell you what you did wrong. Ain't no programs. Ain't nothing over here. You gonna drop your monkey butt off on this island. That's it. Call it Australia. Now they put you in Facebook jail. I'll tell you why. They don't want you to change it. They don't want you to fix it. They don't want you to get better. They need a high recidivism rate. You're gonna need to come right back out and say the wrong thing again. Say, stop the wars. That's hate speech. You're going into jail. What I do wrong? You didn't. We're not gonna tell you. Just don't do it again. They let you back out. You violated community standards. Well, what are the standards? We're not gonna tell you. You need the recidivism because it's drama. And then everyone thinks, oh, they're blocking us. They're stopping us. They don't like this. They don't like my identity. They're trying to stop it. And social media is just making a mint. They're just cleaning it up. That's why I just laugh at it. I've been in Facebook jail so many times. I got my friends over there. I feel like I'm in the American prison system. Like I'm out here like, damn, this is what it's like. I can post stuff. I can do live streams. Maybe I should go back in. All my friends are there. That's what I tend to know. Anyway. Your bananas are bigger than mine. I declare war. Right, Lori, that's exactly how it works. Once you got the group, you're not going to control it. Groupthink. We know what groupthink is. Once you got your identity group big, you got a psychopath at the top, you can't control it. You see the other big, but identity A, their bananas are bigger, they're shinier, they're greener. You want to go rob them. And that's we solve problems at the root. At the root. If the monkeys aren't in troops with sticks ready to fight, you don't have to worry about a fight. Fight's not going to break out. If people don't need guns because they live in a safe environment, a resource-based economy where everybody has what they need, crime doesn't happen, right? You know, so easy fixes. There are no hard problems and there are no hard things in the world. There's nothing to be emotional about, right? All the fixes are easy. We're just not doing them. More offended by sick something. The screen just rolled up. Okay, let me go. I'm way. Good morning, Susan. Can't give everything they want. Give people everything they need. Can't give everything they want. Give people everything they need, and they will want less. And this is true, Susan. This is a real story. Real story. Because as a collective, when everybody has the bare minimum needs, what you want kind of starts to disappear. I think it's this pyramid. When you got people on the bottom that don't have what they need or what they want, they scare the people at the top. That's why they say, how did Carlin put it? The poor are there just to scare the hell out of the middle class. Scare them into being Romans, right? When everybody has what they want, they find happiness in life just in simple things. When you feel that you're going to be down there and not have the bare minimums that you need, it drives you into wanting more because you don't ever want to be at the bottom. That's how this whole pyramid works. And then the middle class becomes the legs, the business class that holds the Babylonian table up. Proudly. The Babylonians that murdered all their ancestors. Absolutely, totally agree. You know, but besides the fact that, you know, and that's just like thinking forward. All you got to do is ask yourself, is it okay that we have everything we want in the West for the most part, and children don't have what they need? Old people don't have what they need. Women don't have what they need. Little girls running in fear trying to get water every day in Africa, you know? And it's really that simple. You really, well, maybe I should want less. Maybe the more I want, the more my neighbors want. The more the next state, the more my state has, the more the next state wants. The more we all want, the less other people have what they need, because all of that bubbles up into this hoarding psychotic system. Which is why I don't blame people individually. It's just it's a system. It's a system that makes you that damn squirrel in the ice ages. This girl tried to always, he couldn't get enough nuts. He just, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Squirrel in the ice ages. He was always just trying to get the nuts. He couldn't stop. See, ooh, this is what we're supposed to be right here. Right here, this is what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be out there flying in the solar system, spraying our juice in the water. Y'all, yeah, I know that kind of sounds special, but this is Prometheus. Y'all, we're supposed to be out here like this, flying around. This is the dude that got to the planet. If you didn't watch Prometheus, you should watch it. That's what we need to be doing. Creating life on other planets, being the god, not fighting each other over dirty water. Ice Age, y'all know what I'm about. I don't know how we got the nuts. Forgot what I said. This damn little squirrel, he can't get enough nuts. He just constantly, yeah, because it's a system. Where's this one right here, this dude right here, here you go. Stop being him. This is why I say 98% monkey. We couldn't stop. He couldn't stop himself. He climbing up ice shelves and he fighting climate change, fighting how the world's supposed to be, doing everything he could to get the damn nut. He couldn't get enough nuts. And we should stop being nut collectors. You know, when other people don't have what they need, then we need to stop fighting over the crap that we want. But they make consumers out of us. I was talking to somebody yesterday. We were having a good discussion. We were talking about how we got here, just from a United States perspective. You know, in the 70s, you weren't really bad consumers. Like the 70s, people were still fixing things. People were still reusing things. People were still relatively sustainable. TV really hadn't taken off because we had this tyrannical system called UHF and VHF. Oh, it's horrible. It's tyranny. Oh, these are repression days. We only had about 5 channels. Companies can't make big money and big advertising dollars on 5 clear channels. Was that UHF was the clear one, and you go to the other one, VHF, you have about 2-3 channels with a lot of static and stuff. You couldn't sell nothing. You can't indoctrinate a lot of people with a television. And plus the programming was still good programming. right? You still had the Lord, the Cosby Show. You still had the Facts of Life, and like decent shows that were trying to teach a lesson. Like even the Greedy weren't even that bad back then. You had Hillcrest and Dallas, JR, and Oil. Even JR had a heart back then, right? But then you walk into the 80s, and you really started to get it going. You get that cable television. Now got, I don't know, cable television came out, I think it probably had about 40 or 50 channels, a lot more advertising, a lot more brainwashing, a lot more like the reels in the movie theater, popcorn, 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 popcorn. And now instead of popcorn, it's cellular phone, cellular phone. I guess back then it wasn't that. It was car, house, job, husband, wife. I'm a good guy. We're the good guys. America, bringing democracy. And they started brainwashing people, but walking people into consumerism. And then walks the 90s, and they really got it going. Now you got a couple hundred channels in cable television. You have this massive indoctrination engine. And so we built this entire unsustainable world based in making squirrels out of people that'll jump across ice shelves for a damn nut. And it's consumerism, right? And that's what the wars are. The wars are always about just giving the people the things that they want, taking them from other nations that need them. They created consumerism. But I just watching it walk through history here. It made perfect sense. The better the TV got, people started putting away newspapers. The faster you could brainwash them, the quicker you could indoctrinate them. And so we're literally engines. We've developed an engine that's a predator that's destroying the planet. What were you doing in the 80s? In the 80s, Brother John? What was I doing in the 80s? Well, I don't know. Late 80s? Late 80s? I was in high school. Listening to good rap music, good hip hop music. Listening to good rock music. Listening to, I was being indoctrinated. That's what I was doing. We'll leave it at that. Love TV. I was doing what the TV told me. I was eating my tricks. I was eating my Fruity Pebbles. I was drinking the water. I was eating my Krispy Kreme donuts. I think the 80s, that's where we had the Hungry Man meals. We were eating all of our processed food with the microwave. I was doing exactly what I was supposed to. Going to the arcades. Listening to songs about Big Bus. Ooh, gone. Patricia, you ain't lying. Oh yeah, listening to music telling me what I like. The music, but they didn't lie about that. I didn't lie about that. That wasn't a lie. I actually like that. But yeah, who sung that song? I don't know how we got here. But listening to the music, watching the movies, and believe me, I learned from you, Gerard. I learned from you, Ty, too. I learned from everybody. What I learned from Ty? I learned from Ty how not to give a damn. Ty taught me how not to give a damn. Life was too difficult till I met Ty, because I cared about everything way too much. I was useless. You care about everything way too much, you're useless. And Ty taught me that balance. How to just say, you know what? You don't get it, and it's okay that you don't get it. I don't care because I love you. Right? We're a part of a collective. We're a part of a one. And either you will get it or you won't get it. But it's okay. We don't ever die. We're going to try the best while we're here. We're going to do the best we can. Try to build environments that make beautiful people and not make these little violent, forceful monsters, and see what happens. And if we don't make it, then we don't make it. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know. Sometimes when people say, well, you're kind of negative. You're kind of negative. No, I'm not negative. You just believe. You believe the television. I'm not negative. When I post up, I'm laughing my butt off half the time. You know what? Sometimes people will read your post and they think like you're a negative person. I'm not negative. I'm just saying your world sucks, and I think it's funny. I think like this morning, I was just like, something about us going extinct. Oh no, what did I say? Something to the effect of a species that hadn't learned how to share science and technology should and will go extinct. Very true. And I said, Happy New Year. And I put some fireworks in the background. And to me, it was just what it was. It's funny, but it's accepting the whole. If we're not as a whole evolved enough to realize that when we hide what other people die from not having. We hide science and technology for war. We hide science and technology from people who need it, and we steal it and hide it from people. We shouldn't exist. We should not be let into the universe. The aliens should come and send an asteroid and put an end to us. Because hopefully space is a beautiful place. It's not like here. And we can't take our psychopathy there. It's a mental illness. It's a mental illness to keep from people what they need to survive. American government, they got all the money, they got the food, they can make clean water, they got the science and technology, they got free energy, they got all of that stuff. They don't share none of it. None of it. Not the government like the government we know, not like the people you can go say, hey, I'm a politician, hey, shake your hand. They don't know nothing. It's the plausible deniability. They don't get to know nothing. The tops of the tops that have the real secrets, a little piece of the secrets that these powerful families and corporations have. They all have that tech. They don't share none of it. To me, that's a mental illness. It's a mental illness to let people die who you can help. That's a mental illness. And if we have that and it's as prolific as it is today and people don't see it, then we haven't evolved enough to exist. We should get wiped out. One day in a million years, people should be walking on this planet and like looking at our footprints. Look, see how Nike footprints. Y'all know who Mary Leakey is, the one who found the human footprints next to the dinosaurs? People should be looking at the Nike footprints like, what the hell is that? Looks like a shoe. Man, I think people lived here millions of years ago. And then they're like, man, they ain't no living no millions of years. You crazy. We just started life. Life started here in 2732. There wasn't no, look, it says, it looks like a swoosh, like what is it, Nike? No, that's not humans. Humans did not walk next to lions and tigers. How does that make any sense that humans existed millions of years ago with lions and tigers? Lions and tigers would have ate all them humans. That don't make no damn sense. But it's this thing that we keep, it's a cycle we can't seem to get out. And one day we'll get out of that cycle, I think. If not, finally the sun will go supernova, and this will be us right here after everything cools down, and Beaufort might be over here, and Megs will be on this one right here. All right. I'm about to get out of here. Drama solves problems. Oh, Lori, that's kind of deep. Drama solves problems. Drama can solve problems. It absolutely can. Drama can be a tool. I agree with that. Absolutely. Anger is secondary emotion to the initial emotion. Hurt, frustration, humiliation, etc. that led to anger. Absolutely, Susan. And we should have the empathy and the enlightenment that we want to know when people are going through those frustrations so we can fix the environment to get them out of the frustrations before that hate becomes joining the Bloods, the Crips, the white nationalists of the KKK, or the Americans, or the Pentagon, right? We should resolve that frustration ahead of time. Yeah, I noticed the kingdom there was another incident against the overlords, and it's been defined as hate speech. Oh Lord, yeah, Kelly, I'm not even paying attention, so I don't even know. Some incident happened. There is no hate speech. It's some people we ignored, and we need to stop ignoring people. Grew up in the projects and does not trust authority. Such kids grow up risking their lives, profiting about a $2 gram of cannabis, canna. They sold. What a freaking life for hungry kids. Fear bread. Yes, Miss Tree. And you know what? I kind of knew that. Certain people you don't know, but you listen to what they say and you kind of can picture what some of the things that they've experienced. And I didn't live it, Miss Tree, but I saw it. I have friends who lived it, and I went to school with them. A lot of them were my good friends who lived in Southeast DC. And that's where my perspectives come from. And Miss Tree, I think that's why we connect, is you see the same things in terms of, don't nobody speak for black people. Okay? Don't nobody speak, don't trust these upper middle class fools. They got black skin. They don't speak for people who got it. And it's the same thing, and it relates to white folk. Same thing. That's why I don't play these games. Because I grew up with poor white folk too. And these upper class and middle class white folk, these Babylonians and Romans, they don't speak for poor white folk. Yeah, the people in trap park ain't nothing to do with you. They're struggling to put some rice and buy some diapers on the table. They have no time for this nonsense. So there is no unity. There's no race as it will. We need to do this. There's no we. The upper middle class black people they got their boots all on the poor blacks. Could care less, right? As a system, not individual people. The elites, the upper class, they don't give two damns about the middle class. They just don't want to be them. Y'all drive BMWs. Hell no, they don't be no that poor to drive a BMW and live on 2 acres. Hell no. That's y'all scared middle class, scared the hell out. All there are is a caste system. That's it. Keep calm. Focus on the global caste system. But the stuff I've seen from people in Southeast DC, that's why I can't stop with it, Ms. Tree. I can't stop with it. I have no interest in upper or middle class anybody speaking for lower class anybody. I have no interest in upper class anybody speaking for middle class anybody. And I'm damn sure sick of this cabal that runs every damn thing speaking for government and everybody else in the caste system. Take care of everybody. We can take care of everybody. We need to stop having these little silly arguments about, oh, we need to do this for this people. And the only this people that we really need to do for is this people who have it the worst off. And that's a lot of poor white people, a lot of poor black people, a lot of poor Indian people, a lot of poor Native American people, a lot of poor Yemen people. We got enough for everybody. We're living on an abundant earth. All right, I gotta get going. Everybody just trying to get that nut. That's what it, and Patricia, that's a song too, isn't it? That's a song. It's your world, squirrel. I'm just trying to get a nut. Who said that? Was that Kool Moe Dee? I forgot who sung that. Real talk. Real talk. Everybody just trying to get a nut, and it ain't enough nuts to go around. Like the American banking system. Everybody trying to make a buck, and they make sure they only print enough bucks to keep everybody in conflict and to keep the people at the bottom of the pyramid dying and doing horrible things that scare the people in the middle into voting for more government, more power, more laws. What they have in common, PO. I'm not sure what PO is, Patricia Howard. I'm not sure what PO is, but what do the poor all have in common? They got people above them with boots on their neck. That's part of what they have in common. They got governments, don't give two damns about them. Poor people, I think poor people of all races and all religions have almost everything in common. And they have nothing in common with the people above them that have their skin color. But the TV changes people to make them think that. Poor people have, and to me, when I go in history, I try to look at, well, why did they do the things that they did? Right? Like when they created, people like to, once again, the whole white supremacy thing, where it came from. It didn't come from poor white people in a trailer park, it came from government. They created it. They saw that the people were getting along and the people didn't care. They were marrying amongst themselves and having babies. Because you go back in history, before they invented race, nobody cared about any of this silly stuff. And so the king, the king, he invented these laws. And I'm scratchy on the history. There's just so much to it. I try to keep the metadata and the history. Somebody has a link for it. You can go watch the lecture. It's a great lecture. I forgot the lady's name who talks about it. But the king saw that everybody was getting along in America, so the king invented race. And said, well, if you marry somebody of that race, you give up your heritage, you give up your land, you give up the things that you own, whatever. And they've slowly been orchestrating that together. And then walks into, so using government to fight white supremacy is a really dumb idea. Using to fight black supremacy is a really dumb idea too. Because these people, the system actually made it. And why did it make it? Well, because they were racist back then. No, because it's the government. They need power. They don't care about your race. Anything they can do to divide the people up, they'll do that because that's what the system requires, whether your politician knows that or not. That is the system and it's how it works. And then during the Farmers Alliance, when all the poor and black and white farmers were starting to get together. And this is a recipe for around the world. You can apply this to every single nation. It's just how these governments work. When the poor whites and blacks were getting together, the poor landowners, during the first Farmers Alliance, I think it was the first Farmers Alliance, they went in and broke that the hell up. They created this thing called white privilege for farmers. There wasn't no poor white farmers. There wasn't no poor people that hated black people, black skin. They didn't do that. They were working with them. They were going against the robber barons, the big landowners, and the government. And they were creating a political party for poor people. Oh, they shut that down. They shut that down. Your government, your Democrats and Republicans, they were called something different back then. But it's called the system. The system created privileged groups to force the hands of those in those groups. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that today. I gotta get out of here in a minute. Both of us like, yeah, you're right. Let me see. The 80s was when the ego ruled. Yeah, you know what, Susan? 80s ruling the ego, but also in the 80s, it was fantastic because nobody cared in the 80s. Not around me. Nobody cared. We listened to hip hop. We listened to rock. We listened to go-go. We listened to heavy metal. We listen to everything. We listen to country music. We jump around to orchestra. We listen to everything. Nobody cared. If you wanted to wear some yellow hot pants, you could wear those things. If you wanted to wear jeans with holes in them, you could wear that. If you wanted to wear the leather, the tight Eddie Murphy leather suit, you could wear that. Everyone had their own thing. You wanted to be Michael Jackson. Nobody really cared. You wanted to be Boy George and sing. Nobody cared about that. They just loved the fact that you sang well. You made a beautiful song. But I think that again is a Farmers Alliance type thing, a whole privilege creation, divide people up thing. Is people started getting along. The musics were merging. You had that whole Aerosmith and Run DMC. You realized drums and guitars and rap and all. You put all that together, you make something beautiful. They couldn't have that. Your government couldn't have that. A system based in power. You can't have all the people getting along, having things in common. You can't have that. So they certainly put a lot of effort into breaking everybody back up. Nobody cared back then, but they have to keep making people care about race. And this is what people don't like that Morgan Freeman said, but it was true when he said it then, and it's true now. Stop talking about it. You want racism to go away? Stop talking about it. You're just feeding. You're constantly feeding. And that's why I do take some of the routes and perspectives I do. When I say the problem with the police is they're not racist, it's not because there aren't any racist police. It's because that's a pointless argument. It doesn't actually solve anything. It's not going to solve anything. It was given to you so you wouldn't solve anything. When I say the problem with the police is policing, because people wrote laws that took rights from people that makes them really upset and makes them fight police, then you realize you have a policing policy problem. The laws. And that fixes it and it all goes away. People aren't born to dislike anybody else because they look different, I don't think. They're told to do that. They're given a struggle, and usually it's by government. All right, let me read the headlines real quick. What we got going on here? Then I'll do some last comment. Then I actually am going to run. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy real New Year. Not happy Gerard New Year. That was yesterday. I promise I'm gonna focus more on the monkey holidays and get excited when celestial things happen, instead of actually things that we do. Like, I don't know. I hope that doesn't offend you. 98% monkey holidays are funny to me. I think that if we're gonna make a holiday, what if our holidays were based on our accomplishments? Right? Like another thing George Carlin said, he was talking about race and how race it doesn't exist, and it's stupid to get someone to be proud of a race because they didn't actually accomplish that. What if we could apply that to holidays? What if every holiday is when we accomplish something? We made a grow system and we're feeding the children in Yemen instead of starving them so Saudi Arabia can steal their oil. Had a holiday for that. What if we had a holiday when we stopped these oligarchs from going to invade Venezuela and steal their oil, or another Latin American government that decides to give the resources to the people because they think the earth is an ecosystem, it's not owned by banks and 13 families? What if we had holidays for that? What if we had a holiday for the day we finally ended the war on drugs and all the guns on the street just disappeared because no one needed them anymore? What if we had a holiday for that? But instead we have holidays where, it happened before, the sun thing. we didn't did this before, we did it again. But people get excited like, New Year's! Happy New Year! And I wish people Happy New Year. I wish people happy every day. But we didn't do that. we didn't do it. We didn't do it. And I highly suspect, no matter what we do, it's going to happen again. It's gonna happen again. What if the incentive were to do good things every year and we had holidays based in that? All right, anyway. That's why I don't do the monkey holiday. Monkey holidays are interesting to me. They're for study and research. I kind of watch how people get excited, what they get excited about. And right now I still see them cheering war and cheering when the earth goes around the sun. So I think we're backwards. What we were told about ISIS is a lie. Completely agree with that. Michelle Greenstein will break it down for you. ISIS was created. It's another conflict group. It's another identity. That's it. You create conditions to make a group to make them hate your people, and your people give you more of their rights and power. That's how that worked out. And then you get your military to go fight them with the guns that you gave them and the anger and hate that you gave them instead of resolving it. Insider Newsweek censored to promote war on Syria. Yep, well, and I think then we dropped some bombs. Didn't that happen? Over the weekend, we were dropping some bombs. Breaking, U.S. bombs anti-ISIS fighters. Yeah, that's supposed to happen because Americans had a nice Christmas. They bought a whole bunch of electronics and toys and stuff and drive these big expensive cars instead of electric. And that's how it's supposed to go. Your government's going to constantly go out. They tried to impeach Trump. So, of course, what are they going to do? They're going to make sure they keep doing the same thing as Obama did. Because it's obvious people still believe the consent has been manufactured, so they're not going to change. Antibiotic makers are going to bankrupt. Bugs are winning. Hang on, wait. Of course the bugs are winning. They're bacteria. They were here first. Bugs are winning the war. Yeah, but it never was a war. There was no antibiotic war. There was no the hubris. Hubris. That war is the same thing with the climate change war. They're gonna stop the earth from doing what it does. The earth, it turns. It does that. I know you got powerful jets, but you're not gonna stop the earth from turning. You're not gonna stop the earth from going back to inhabitable environments for monkeys, and you are not gonna stop bacteria from killing things that they need to kill. They've been doing this a long time. Their resume is a little bit longer than ours. It's about 1 billion years old. Hubris. So of course, and that's not a hit on drug makers. We should be making antibiotics, but we spend a lot of time not making antibiotics. We usually spend most of our time and money and resources on things for your penis, things for vaginas and breastises and things that are very important. Not saving lives. Oh no, can't do that. We spend all this money for anthrax vaccines because we go into a nation we're not supposed to be in. They want to spray anthrax on us. What if we took all that money we spent on anthrax vaccine and actually spend that working with antibiotics? What are we gonna do about somebody dropping anthrax bombs on us? Not go to their country. I don't know. Stay off their yard. Don't walk into rose bushes. Don't burn their farms. The funny thing about anthrax is people don't want to drop it on you if you don't give them a reason to. But anyway, that's just me. Once again, science and technology. I think that it should be used for the collective human race. I don't think there should be any patents. We need an open source world. A species that doesn't realize that it shouldn't hide technology from its brothers and sisters because they were born in a different country. That species shouldn't exist. They should go extinct. Nature will be blessed if that species goes extinct. Nature will be more blessed if that species evolves some consciousness and sentientness. I don't think that's a word. But it'll be blessed too, it going away and giving something else a chance. Lionel, guns save lives. That is a true statement. Guns absolutely save lives. No question about it. Gun is a tool, and a gun takes lives. This is true too. Stop blaming the gun. Everybody focus on the people that save lives and manufacture more environments to make people that want to save lives instead of people that want to take lives. That's simple. Government has all the resources. They can do it any day they want to. We just don't force them to do it. That's why I like direct democracy. Let the people decide. Skier lifted after scary crash in World Cup. Okay, I'm not sure I want to see that. Super G, whatever that means. Bombing spree, U.S. targets, Iraq, Syria, Somalia. Yes, because they have bananas that we need to steal, and our government still thinks it's a simian. It's not evolving. 13 attacks in 3 weeks. Why is anti-Semitism rising? Anti-Semitism is not rising. Anti-Zionism is rising. I don't know nothing about anti-Semitism. I don't think hate is on the rise, but they're damn sure generating a lot of hate because we keep we keep sending weapons and guns and bombs and drones and money to Zionists who's murdering people. So yeah, anti-Zionism is on the rise. I don't see any anti-Semitism on the rise. I don't see any anti-Judaism on the rise. We love the Jewish people, just like we love the Palestinian people. We need to stop people that are murdering people, and that's the Zionists. All right. I grew up in the 90s. Sheila grew up in the 90s, then probably half of what I say don't make no sense. Did you understand me? Or am I too old? Does TV help? Like when we do our little retro thing and the old people start saying stuff, and we're not old. We're aging. Fine wines. We just got here. We just got here earlier. I don't believe in like old and young. That's, to me, it's stupid. That's another ism. That's stupid. You know, there are people who got here first, and just because you got here first doesn't mean that you know more. It just means you got here first. You walk a different way, you learn your things. You're supposed to share it with the young people because you got here first, because they're a part of you. All right, now I'm gonna put on the last music. I'm gonna do the last couple comments, or otherwise we are gonna be here forever again. I'm not doing another 3 hour. How long to download that daggone video? All right. I hardly watched TV in the 80s. My radio was always on, though. That's interesting, Brenda. In the 80s. I think you're right. Because it wasn't much. I mean, the 80s TV was starting to get good, but it when did cable come out? It was like mid 80s or something like that when my neighbor, I mean, they had Super TV and the rich people had that, and I'm sure they had that in the late 70s. But you're right. It was more music. It was definitely more music. I remember I got my first CD player. I got my first boom box. And my CDs. Yeah, BDP. Fear of a Black Planet. Those are some of the things I listened to. KRS-One. But I also had my AC/DC. What else did I have? I had Guns N' Roses. I had I had some old stuff. I had some old Frankie Lyman stuff that I liked. My mother liked Sam Green, so I listened to Sam Cooke, listened a lot of Sam Cooke and Al Green. I love Lucinda Williams. I don't know why. Maybe I learned at a young age that life is oppressive. maybe at a young age I learned that I was gonna get drunk to like hide from the problems of life in college. You know, so I like Lucinda Williams too. She had that drunk sound though. Johnny Cash. I like Johnny Cash. I was all over the place. I listened to everything. NWA. I listened to all of it. But I think we listened to more music than TV back then. But we were different too because, well, I know me. I came from a good family, in whatever that means in the terms of good. Good in that I didn't believe what was in the music, and a lot of the music didn't make me violent and aggressive. You know, and even back then, the hip hop, it was really positive. Like it was still identity driven. I mean, that was the sign, that was the time we were in. I hope we were coming into a new era. You know, it was very tribal, but it was still about uplifting people and uplifting yourself. You know, I mean, the only ones who were talking about the violent stuff that was the beginning of NWA and Ice-T, which is interesting because Ice-T is now a cop on TV. Just how it works. That's where the money is now. The money used to be in shooting cops. Didn't he have that song, Cop Killer or something? Now he's a cop on TV. That's where the money is. That's why I believe in money and economics, like Dave Chappelle said. You know, I work for Coke and Pepsi, but Pepsi paid me last, so damn it, Pepsi just tastes better. It just does. It's delicious. On the tongue. I believe in the sellout world because that's just how the world works. Economics is the answer for everything. If everything is driven on money and power, you expect that usually to be the answer. I'm growing hemp on a fragment of on those fragmented A pieces. I'm not even sure what you're talking about, Kelly. Oh, you can grow some hemp out here? Luck with that one. That, you know what? I bet you could get people to go along with that too. Because you get people to go along with stopping climate change. I bet you can get people to go along with the climate's not changing. I bet you could get people to say, you know what? If we could just make it long enough after the Earth supernovas and everything blow up and the ice and everything freeze down, we could probably grow some hemp out there. It might be just enough light and water on that rock. The hubris of our species has no ends. Huge gaps in family incomes that stress children's psyche throughout their youth and beyond. Capitalism encourages the dog-eat-dog mentality we're experiencing, as well as physical and mental illness. Yes, Miss Tree. Once again, we saw the same thing. I don't judge anybody that comes out of the hood. I don't judge anybody that comes out of the barrio. I don't judge anybody that comes out of the trailer park. I can't. There are people who have the tools to lift themselves up, and then there are people who literally have their face in the mud. But where I stop, I don't listen to people from areas that are oppressive, because they got those warrior genes on, and they're supposed to. They're supposed to be warriors, and they're supposed to be fighting to survive. We should be the ones, instead of putting more police on the street and building more prisons, Obama. And the first one was more police on the streets, Trump. Instead of building out a police state, we should be building environments that don't turn kids into survivors to where they have to go join a gang and do something we don't like. Same thing with the guns. All right. Drama does not solve problems. Drama does not solve problems. That's actually what I said. All right, Lloyd, but I agree with you. I agree with the first one. I don't agree with the second. I agree with the first. I mean, it's both. It's both. Drama can solve problems. Drama is a tool. It's a tool. You can solve problems. You can. And that's what they use Greta for. They use that drama to help solve a problem. They want people to try to think that they can stop the climate from changing. They want people to agree that we should tax the poor people. And it's dramatic, and she's dramatic. It's dramatic to put a 16-year-old on TV, and that's how they abuse her, right? And then the other side abuses her by making memes and saying mean stuff to her, and she's just trying to grow up in the world. And so, I don't know, I guess her hatred for the other side is justified in that. Because now she hates the other side. So now she's not trying to figure out what's really going on with geoengineering, but she's actually hating them. And this is how that finger trap works. Right? The harder you pull, the harder they pull, the harder you pull, the harder they pull. I mean, I'm all for a good joke, don't get me wrong. But there's some jokes that probably start to do more harm than good. So I try to be cognizant of when I'm going too far. And yeah, I just think the stuff with Greta's going too far. The drama, definitely, yeah, it can solve problems. But does drama solve more problems than it causes? Might be an even better question. I totally agree with you. Drama causes more problems. It is a tool. It is a tool that can be used for many, 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 many things. As Ty tells me all the time, and I agree with Ty, that I use children to gaslight people. And yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. That is a tool. It's a tool 100%. I use children all the time. I use that example of Yemen children all the time. And I will continue to do so because it works. It works. And in my perspective, the end justifies the means when we stop murdering children and we stop letting them die. I think once we get beyond the let people die phase and killing people phase, then some of these principles we can deploy wholesale. But like I said, if it's when doing triage, we got an inferno going, we got to spray the water. We got to deal with the core level needs. Human beings need food, life, not have bombs dropped on their head, and clean water. And anything that we got to do that's not violent to get there is a great idea. At some point in time, violence is justified as well. I don't think we're there. It does not matter your class. 5G is going to get you all. I don't know. Well, yes, John, the lower classes. I think 5G is going to get the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class. 5G is not going to get the people who are actually deploying it and paying government to deploy it. Ain't going to get them. It's not going to be in their gated neighborhoods, and it's not going to be in the mansions. The mansions will probably be surrounded by bamboo. 5G will control everybody else, not them. It's going to give everybody else cancer, not them. There's a reason, Sandy said. Yep, there's a reason for everything. There's a beginning. Yes, there is, Sandy. Shark is a weird word. Lori, what you smoking? Good morning, Angela. I'm down to the last comments. Oh my God. 4 generations of warrior women found buried in Russia. Ooh, buried with their armor and weapons? What? I need a link, Susan. I need a link. Warrior women in Russia buried with their weapons? That sounds freaking awesome. That's barbarians. That's people not willing to sell out. Hang on, I'm gonna search for that. What should I look for? Russian female warriors. How come you didn't share that link with me? Warriors found. I appreciate people who stand up. It's the sellouts, and I'm more of a sellout than every last one of them. Found with their weapons. I need to see it because I get it too. They didn't have time to take their weapons from them. They did not have time. They did not have nope because these warrior women, nothing scares men more. Nothing scares women. Nothing scares patriarchs more. Wait a minute, they had weapons and they know how to use them. Oh, they're supposed to be cooking and cleaning. They're not supposed to. Nothing scares men more than armed women because there's no other group that's been more abused on this planet. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Send me the link. That's interesting to me. I love history. 4 generations fighting back, proudly fighting back against a patriarchal system. Hopefully this wasn't the one that cut off one of the boobies. That's just wrong. I'm sorry. You have a world with Amazonian women got to cut off a booby to have some freedom and be left alone. That's a mistake. Oh, okay. They go to the link right there. I don't know if I can press that. Can I actually press that? Well, first let me check who posted it, because people, y'all know y'all can't press links on the internet, right? I know that. Okay, don't press no links on it. You got to check the person. Michelle Hauser. See, this is how you think about it in process. No, I didn't get any viruses from a Michelle Hauser link. Tomb containing 3 generations. It's at smithsonianmag.org. Ooh, if I press that, yeah, this probably gonna be a virus. It's gonna be some spyware. It's gonna probably delete anything I have on red-headed giants in America and all the other things the Smithsonian's been hiding. I ain't gonna press that link. Let me look at the other one. Okay, Google search, I could do that. Google got all my information anyway, and they're a pharmaceutical company. And there's another hearts.com. Don't they sell dog medications? I don't know if I want to click on that. They may not, that might be clickbait. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna click on this because I'm curious. Hopefully it's a picture at the link. And no, don't send me links on live stream because most times I ain't gonna click them. People always try to give you viruses and stuff. All right. Let me see if I can see the other one that you posted. Oh, dagnabbit. I might have to go to Smithsonian when things are moving too fast. Stop moving. I wanted to go to the Google one, but anyway. Let's see if I get a STD from this link. Let's see if I get a malware virus. Oh boy, all the ads are loading. Hold on. Tomb with 3 generations of Amazon. Oh, they cover Amazon. Amazon warrior women found in Russia. What? What were they doing in Russia? The Amazon ain't in Russia unless I'm lying or something. Female Scythian warriors have been found before time. Multiple generations were found buried together with a golden headdress. What? And other. That's deep. It's a good understanding of history that people walked all around. See, here you go. Look at the ads. Here they come. Here they come. Here, see, she gave me a virus. Dang it. You, Patricia Howe, always get me in trouble. I have to read that. That's awesome. I love it. I love to hear about people fighting back. I want to know why they left the Amazon and what for. That's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story when the underdog gets their way. And the way women been treated, oh, look at that. Just stabbing them. Look at that. She don't even care. Look, got the axe, gonna put it right in the back of his head, riding her horse. Get him, girl. Get him. You get that. You get that patriarch. All right. Let me get out here if I get in trouble. Thank you for that. That'll be awesome. I want to read that. No picture. I read the article yesterday. Okay, I got a picture on this Nirvana. Does Bezos own them? Lori, Bezos. They have so many holding companies upon holding companies and all of this nonsense. I think half the time we don't even know who owns it. Bottom line is we don't own it. That's what it comes down to. Poor people don't own it. Sick people who buy the government own it. I'm so grateful for my grandmother for taking up the torch and telling me I and my kids absolutely beyond her, absolutely belong here with her. Okay. My grandfather doing some heritage stuff at Gerard. For future reference, and ellipse in front of my comments mean I've continued the prior comment. Thank you, Miss Tree. Thank you. And I'm gonna try to remember that. I'm gonna do the best that I can. All right, anything else before we get out of here and not see each other to the new year. Get back to the fight on social media. Fight for what's right. Amazon Bezos. Oh, Amazon. That's a poor joke. Yeah, it was, Lori. Oh, you got to work on your delivery. Yeah. Or you know what? Maybe they got it. I didn't get it. Maybe that was a meism. I didn't get it. I was like, Amazon women. I was like, huh? All right. I gotta go. Last couple comments. Somebody sent us off into the new year with something deep. Hearts, mountain doggy treats. Yes, Dale, you get it. Dale got it. Dale saw it. Dale, you got the dog. Because we used to take the dog pill. The dog knows it's a pharmaceutical drug. Ain't supposed to be in his body, so he didn't want to eat it. Because I had Akita's Dale. I give it to the Akita. He like, I had Huskies. They go like, and then he spit it out because he's not like an American. He didn't just take his Viagra and Ritalin and Prozac and Xanax. And the dog was like, no, this is synthetic. I don't want this in my body. And the dog would spit it out or vomit it up. So we had to get the peanut butter and we like hide it in peanut butter. It was the Hearts. I think it was Hearts because they were on everything. And you give it to the dog. You got to trick him. You got to trick him. Oh, we're going to end on Dale's comedy. We're going to trick him because it's all about tricks, Hearts, right? How do you get people to take all these drugs? Commercials. That's how you get them to take all these synthetic drugs causing all the diseases on the planet. It's commercials. Absolutely. How do you get people to give up their rights and their access to free water and food and land ownership and houses? You make them scared of something else. That's how you do it. Because Hearts, they didn't know how to make medications. The dogs couldn't figure out it was a scam. You know, bankers, they had no idea how to figure out how do you get the Americans to sell each other out? How do you get all those barbarians over there to just embrace Babylon, to become Babylonians? And how do you get them to embrace the romantic philosophies of building empire that's murdered their ancestors all across the planet since the beginning of time? You give them cell phones. You give them cell phones and neat slave technology. You give them flat screen TVs and automated houses and 5Gs and lightning fast internet. You just get them to turn their back. You trick people. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is trick them. All you got to do is trick them. Give them shinier bananas than the people that you stole the bananas from. Shinier bananas than their neighbor, and they'll look the other way. And that's how it works. Good article. I have to read it. Listen, Gerard, gotta get going. Love y'all. Y'all have a great day. For real this time. Not for fake New Year's, for real. Happy, real Monkey New Year's, y'all. We done made it. We done made it around that damn sun. One more year. It took us 365 days this time. This time it took us 365 freaking days, y'all, but we made it. We made it. We need to be proud of it. I need y'all to go out there and get drunk. And don't get in your vehicles and hide your keys from people and celebrate our major accomplishment. The human race has made it around the sun one more time. We can do it again. If we try hard, we strive hard, we can get this earth right around that sun one more time. All right, I'm sorry, one more damn time. All right, anyway, I know, y'all take New Year's real seriously. Get your resolutions, y'all. Get your resolutions. All right, anyway, I still hate ice and I hate fire and I still don't have any good reasons to fight climate change, so I'm going to leave on that. I have no reason to fight it. Stop destroying ecosystems. Stop working with the corporations destroying the environment who are trying to tell you they can stop climate change by spraying chemicals and lithium in our atmosphere. Please don't do that. Bad idea. Happy New Year. It's Gerard. We'll see y'all next year. I'm out.